Should you accept a counteroffer from your employer if you have an external offer? Many recruiters give the advice to absolutely not accept a counteroffer. In this video, I want to go deeper into the thinking process and help you make an informed decision for your mid-career. My advice is particularly relevant for those who are in the middle management and you've been working with a company that you have developed from within for over a decade. Now, after about 15 years in a very well-known organization, you had a fairly good career journey. You now see limitations you've tried externally and got a good offer. You are about to resign, but what do you do if your manager gives you a counteroffer? Now, to start with, why does your organization make a counteroffer? It's because it's easier, it's more comfortable, and it's cost effective. Hiring someone new is much more expensive than retaining an existing director or manager. Replacing a director as the profile I described above can cost up to twice of their annual salary, plus the time lost in handing over responsibilities and onboarding a new hire. There could also be a substantial loss of revenue and customer, especially if the leader had a broad impact on the business and has built strong relationships with the customer, supplier, and other stakeholders internally. And why do we often accept the counteroffers? It's simply because it's comfortable. We can comfortably arrange our family schedule, the kids' pick-up, drop-off time, vacation time, because we are so familiar with our business agenda, including travel weeks and peak business seasons over the next years to come. And it's safe because we already know the company, we know the people, how things work and don't work here. We don't have to put in the extra effort to start from scratch to understand the work environment, new organizational culture, the politics, the new business model, and the discomfort of moving and settling into a new organization. And we don't need to socialize and rebuild our network in a new company. We don't need to face the awkwardness of not knowing who to have lunch with in your first week. And we do the same in life. Recently, I moved house 8 months ago. And my kids stayed at the same school until the school year ended. For the last 6 months, it took us about an hour to drop them off in the morning. Now that I'm used to it, I even hesitated to enroll them in this new school just 5 minutes walk away from our new house. And I began to find reason for them to stay at the old school. For example, the kids enjoyed being their friends, the teachers were really kind, and during the 1 hour commuting, I'm used to getting things done. For example, I can finish one audiobook a week. So what's the point to change? As humans, we love habits and routines, and by design, we don't like change. We love certainty, and we feel safe this way. If we can stick to something we already know without the stress and inconvenience of moving into a new environment, a new company, why wouldn't we? So what are the pros if you accept a counteroffer? If you stay, you don't need to take the risks because you have been with your current organization for over 10 years. You know that if downturn happen, you are not going to be the first group on the list to get laid off. You don't have to start from scratch. You don't have to feel the discomfort. And very likely, your salary will go up. And potentially, your manager probably also promised you some future opportunities that you didn't get or at least were never told to you before. And you already know how things work here. You know the people. With one call, you could easily solve a problem that could take a new colleague weeks or months. From your decade of experience and knowledge here, you know what would or would not work here. You can take decisions easily with confidence. Your life is in order. A well-planned family daily routine, and the days where you could work from home, these flexibilities, and well-coordinated days where you travel versus your spouse traveling schedule, and you can plan your next vacation. And if you happen to work abroad, your company is very likely to be behind your visa or your citizenship application. And if you change company, that would mean that your green card application will have to start from scratch again, or you need to find a new sponsor for your working visa. And probably you also have registered most of your memberships accounts, including your bank account, credit card, hotel, airline, with your company's email address or even postal address. Now, if you change company, changing 15 plus years worth of accounts to a new address, what a pain. Now, let's talk about the cons, shall we? Most of the time, when you are looking at a job externally, you have more than just one or two reasons. Perhaps you feel tired of being in the same place, seeing the same people, dealing with the same problems over and over again. And you feel complacent. Or your organization is underperforming. Turnaround has been what you and your team have been trying to do for the last whatever years you could even remember. And now you want to learn and practice growth strategy. You want to work for a place where you could learn the skills and competence to grow an organization, a business, either organically or inorganically. Or maybe after working in one company, one industry, now you want to see what you could achieve with what you have learned in a different environment or in a new industry. Or perhaps you feel your organization is a toxic environment. Your manager is blocking your growth, many of your peers are not motivated, everyone is complaining, and you've been asked to go to office 5 days a week with no chance to work remotely at all. Money is always an issue. You can always welcome more, but it's never the only reason you are looking outside. On a side note, if you get a big pay raise during the counteroffer, the chances of getting another salary increase in the future are very small. In many cases, even if your manager would like to offer you with more compensation, they will get pushbacks from their manager and HR because companies do not want to encourage employees to use outside offers to blackmail them with better job title or more salary. This also sends a wrong message to other colleagues because they now all see in evidence that you can get a special treatment if you show your company that you can get a job somewhere else. Coming back to my original point, when your company offers you a counteroffer, they are not solving all the problems you start interviewing externally from the beginning. Sometimes you do get a salary increase, maybe a development opportunity that your company promised me. Maybe now they are willing to pay an executive coach, a training, or your MBA. So if you accept the counteroffer, the issue you had will come back in just 3 to 6 months' time down the line when you are frustrated again, because it was not the salary or one development point that was the problem from the start. Companies are well aware and they have data about this. According to the Harvard Business Review, counteroffers works out well in only 5 to 25% of the cases. One HR executive said, counteroffers don't work 95% of the time, and when they do work, it is usually only for the short term. Someone who wanted to leave is eventually going to leave anyways, whether it's in a year or 2 years. The second reason to not accept a counteroffer is because your loyalty will be questioned. It does not matter how good your relationship is with your employer. If you receive a counteroffer as a response to your resignation, your loyalty will be questioned as an employee and as a leader, both then and in the future. Even if the job has room for promotion and professional growth, you probably will not be the first candidate they pick at promotion time. Resigning breaks the initial trust that was once there. It will impact future success at the company. So even if the counteroffer is a good deal, you are likely to progress even better at a new job where you have never threatened to quit. Nearly 80% of senior executives said they would question the employee's loyalty going forward. This damages the reputation among the executive and board members of the employee's current company. If you're not sure about whether to accept a counteroffer, here's something I did. I talked with multiple mentors who I really trusted, who had my best interest at heart and would not hold my decision against me. I worked very hard on my luck and became very fortunate to have these mentors when I was working at Volvo. When I got an offer from Atlas Copco, Volvo reacted really fast and gave me a counteroffer, which was extremely attractive. And I talked with my mentor. They provided invaluable advice. They helped me to reflect why I wanted to leave in the first place and whether this very attractive counteroffer would address this underlying issue. For me, the reason that I was looking externally is because I wanted to work and live in the same country after having commuting between two countries for over 4 years. At the time, I had a toddler and a newborn, and my husband had a very successful career himself. So the counteroffer was very attractive. It will not solve my problem. I will continue to live in one country while working in another, or we have to move our entire family to Sweden. It was one of those most difficult decisions that I ever made, leaving a company where I have developed over a decade and deeply believed in its purpose and vision. I had such a great time there as well, and you can tell from many of my videos, the lessons I learned, mistakes I've made, the career milestones, most of them are from my time at the Volvo Group. But still, I in the end made the decision that it was right for me to not accept the counteroffer from Volvo, and I did so with confidence and blessings from my mentors at Volvo. Anyways, I have put together a 1-hour free training where you will learn a lot of the mistakes I've made over a decade in these large organizations and how I use a structured process that helped myself to get 2 vice president positions, one in Asia and one in Europe at 2 of the largest Swedish companies by market cap. If you want to learn how I achieved this in under 2 years, I'd encourage you to watch this free training. You'll get the steps I took to advance from director to vice president positions by the age of 36. It's completely free. You can sign up at inspiremyday.org/masterclass. Or find the link in the description below. To turn down the counteroffer, you might want to watch the next video. That is how to turn down an executive job offer without burning the bridges. I'll see you there.